What I pack for a hunting trip or safari if you will. This is what I've packed. Let's have a look at the table. Let's start with the backpack. I usually try and fit all my items into this single backpack. It's not necessary to overpack depending on the situation and circumstances. So I try and fit all my items into this single bag, with the exception of footwear. In this bag, I pack my chargers and cables that's necessary for charging devices and so on. Make sure that's all in there. Within this bag, I also keep I pack a pair of hand gloves to keep my hands warm on those frosty mornings. Along with the gloves, I pack a nice camo beanie to keep my head nice and warm. As you all know, I'm a little bit bald. So yeah, this comes in clutch. Along with that, I've got a full face balaclava in camo when it's really cold to keep my face nice and warm. And if I don't use the balaclava, I've got a nice camo buff that I use to keep my neck warm on those frosty mornings. And in the bag, I also pack a flashlight with spare batteries. I pack a UV light that also charges off the normal cell phone charger, plugs in via USB for spotting scorpions in the evenings and in your room where you're staying, and if you're walking around at night time. And then along with that, as we have rolling blackouts in South Africa, I also pack a headlamp. I've got this nice little Olight one. It's served me well for many years, and a couple of spare batteries. What's nice about this Olight is it only takes 2 AAAs, so none of that 3 battery business, which is unnecessary. So I just keep 2 charged up in here and 2 extra charged up batteries. Then also in the bag, remember to pack your toiletry bag. And in the bag, I've got my essentials. And with that, which is also very important, pack some bug and mosquito repellent. So I usually use this Tabard one. You get it in the lotion or the roll-on, depending on your preference. Each has its use for depending on the situation. So I would pack these in my toiletry bag, which also then goes within the bag. I also pack a multi-tool. So I've got my trusty Leatherman Rebar that I always carry with me. That leads me into the next point. With that, I carry a sturdy leather belt, which I can use to attach all my attachments to. And additional, my knives, my hunting knives. Let's just quickly grab one out here. So I've got this fixed blade knife that I always carry with me. It's got the belt loop over there. This is a fixed blade from Gerber that I carry on my belt with me. And then I don't carry this one with me, but this is a knife that I use for skinning and any other meat preparation. This is quite a hefty blade, as you guys can see. So this one is always nice and sharp. This is extremely hard metal, very difficult to blunt this blade's edge. Let's have a look what else is in here. Then I've got another knife. You can never have too many knives. This is just a flip blade, a gift that a very good friend of mine gave to me one year. Also sharpened Browning knife. that I keep as an extra backup knife within my pack. In this pack, I've got also a little survival kit just for in case, where I store additional batteries. See additional batteries. There's another flashlight, and if something should go missing, I've got a lighter, got a little survival guide, I've got a little one of those card tools that comes in clutch more often than you'd think. I've got one of these old style military can openers, which has also come in clutch quite a couple of times. Really, really nice addition to have. And then a ferro rod with a striking plate. I've used this a couple of times as well. Whistle. And with the whistle, little compass. I mainly use the compass on my Garmin. But if, for instance, the battery on my Garmin had to go flat, I'll have this extra little compass if needed with me. The reason for the compass is I'm a very traditional hunter in the fact that I like to walk and stalk. And when you walk around in the bush, it's very easy to lose your bearings and not know where you are. And if I know there's a road heading northeast or northeast-east, then I'll head in that direction until I hit that road if I feel a little bit lost within the bush. And yeah, that concludes also this, the little kit with a strike pen, just a nice pen to have. And yeah. Then also I carry a couple of medications and stuff in here, like some antihistamines if needed. But I also have in this tiny little pouch, I've got a couple of additional things like burn care, some general purpose salve, some alcohol wipes, just a couple of things like that that you might need when you're out in the bush as well. In front here, this is just like a little general purpose spot that I use. I'll pack my extra ammunition, so always take extra ammunition with you for the different calibers that you are going to be shooting. We'll go into that a little bit later. So I'll pack this extra ammunition usually here in front, and I carry my sidearm extra ammunition with me on a belt clip. Always, when you have a sidearm, it's always good to carry your sidearm with you when you're out in the bush hunting, because you never know what could happen. Okay, so like I said, I try and fit all the clothes and all my items within this bag. Don't overpack. It's usually you need, depending on the length of stay, usually I'd say take 3 pants, 3 shirts, 3 sets of underwear, 3 sets of socks. So let's quickly go through this. So the pants that I usually wear, I've got this nice cargo pants, preferably cotton, because depending on where you are in Africa, tsetse flies can be a problem. And with the cotton, you can wash it in warm water and also iron it to prevent the tsetse fly eggs. And also the cotton is easier to treat for ticks. You can treat your cotton pants for ticks. So I have this. You'll see this pants is already a bit stained. It's been through the ringer with me a couple of times. So I'll pack this cargo pants. Then I've got another cargo pants that I take. And remember, guys, this is Africa, South Africa. It gets hot in the winter time, in the middle of the day as well. The mornings are frosty, evenings are frosty, but the middle of the day is generally quite pleasant. So I pack a couple of shorts, and with the shorts, I also pack a swim trunks. Because you never know, some of these lodges have got swimming pools, jacuzzis. You might want to take a relaxing dip after you've been out hunting. So yeah, always pack swimming trunks with you. Then to add onto the pants, I've got these Rogue calf height ripstop material gaiters. These have served me very well. The material, once the seeds and ticks get stuck to it very easily. With this ripstop material, they just fall off. You don't have anything sticking to you. It protects your footwear. It protects your ankles and your calves from any thorny bushes. It's really, really nice addition. It's also served me very well for a long time. And they've got these zippers at the back where they zip up. And then you can also tie it. You can pull it tight around your ankles with this pull cord. Very, very nice to keep my ankles and calves protected. Then for the shirts, you'll notice I've got these very neutral colors, just no name brand, very easy, very light wearing t-shirts that I've got, and they serve me also very well because when I go out hunting, I prefer taking the layered approach. So these are short sleeve t-shirts, and then I've got a secondary layer of this mossy camo, which is a thinner layer, and over that layer in the mornings, then I will wear a little bit of thicker camo jacket. And you can see me wearing all these items in the last video hunt I did with the kids. I'll leave a link to the video up here. So that covers my shirts and jackets. And then also, I really, really like this Kire Bush shirt with the double popped collar to protect your neck against the African bush. That served me very well in the last hunt we did. And yes, really, really nice addition. Never leave the house without it. And I also pack an extra set of camo just for in case. You never know. Something might happen in the bush. You might tear your pants. You might tear your jacket. So this is just an additional overall type of camo that I take with. This is a long sleeve, and it's also served me very well in the past. And just remember, this looks like a lot, but you are going to be traveling with mainly one of these sets of clothes on your person already. When I start my travels, I start with one of my long pants, a bush shirt, maybe a t-shirt, and a jacket. And there you've already cut some of the stuff that you need to pack within your backpack, and therefore saving space. Then we head down to footwear. Like I mentioned, 3 sets of socks, and these are also cotton, thick hiking socks, which I specifically purchased for hunting trips because your feet does take a beating when you are walking around so much in the bush as I do. Then I head down to the boots. This is also a highly debated topic. In South Africa and Africa, you don't need such heavy boots like you do in other parts of the country. We have to tread through icy temperatures, snow. In South Africa and Africa, you mainly need a sturdy leather hiking boot or just another synthetic hiking boot. Preferably, you're looking for something that's light, comfortable, and walks quiet. You don't need heavy boots for a South African hunt. Then the last thing I'd like to mention is the chest rig. I haven't usually used chest rigs. I recently purchased this inexpensive chest rig from Temu just to test it out in the last hunt we went on. And it came in quite useful. So what I pack in here is my binoculars. So it's always handy to have your binoculars easily accessible close by so you can see what the PH is seeing, you can look at the animals, and you can review the situation and make that informed shot when it comes to that. In the front pouch here, I've got my rangefinder, which is also easily accessible. And this is also a piece of kit that I have come to learn to love. In the past, I never used to range find and kind of guesstimate where the animal is and take the shot from there. But with this rangefinder, it's really changed the game for me, knowing exactly how far it is, how to aim, and make that ethical shot. That's really been a game changer for me. So having this close by, very, very handy. All right. Then I think we're going to move over to the firearms and how I transported them. And then we've got the stars of the show. The Desert Viper, Remington 700, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, aptly named Desert Viper. And we've got the BSA Lee-Enfield 303, also aptly named the Black Mamba. If you guys have been following along on this journey, you would recognize these two beasts. If you haven't, go back, check out the playlist, and follow along. As mentioned, I carry my sidearm with me when going into the field. This is my EDC, and also this is a hybrid inside the waistband holster, which conceals very nicely. The weapon is safe, no magazine inside. For the YouTube person out there, weapon is safe. And as previously mentioned, I carry a spare magazine with me when going out into the bush. Like I said, you never know what could happen. All right, let's focus on the stars of the show. We've got the BSA 303, which gets packed in a hard shell case. We'll go through that now. I usually pack 2 boxes of ammunition per caliber, because you never know what could happen. If you had a bumpy road or anything, your zero gets knocked off, then you at least have enough ammunition to re-zero your rifle when you get to your destination. And then we've got the Desert Viper over here, which is now going to become my primary hunting rifle, as I would like to transition this rifle into a precision shooting rifle as well. And if you guys haven't noticed yet, there is a short I uploaded about a very exciting partnership coming up soon. So stay tuned to see what we do to this rifle. And with the Desert Viper, we kitted out with the Gun Warrior silencer. If you guys haven't been following along, I'll link the video for that up here. And the same with the Black Mamba. I also pack 2 boxes of ammunition. I've got the Hornady ELD-X Precision Hunters, and they have performed extremely well in the field. Also packing 2 boxes just in case the rifle gets a knock for whatever reason and your zero's out, to re-zero your rifle and have enough ammunition for that purpose and still harvesting your animals. All right, let's have a look how I pack them in the hard cases and also have a look at the hard cases. First up, we've got this black hard shell plastic case with foam inserts. Black for the Black Mamba. So this is the case that the Black Mamba will be packed into. Nice and soft padding inside. And let's pack it in. Then for the Black Mamba, this case is a little bit bigger and easier to transport the rifle. Let's put it in. I will also put the rifle to the bottom of the case where the hinges are located. As you will notice, much bigger case, much easier to put in. I will also remove the bolt and store it separately, as with the other rifle. And then we also place in the 2 packs of ammunition, one in the front, one in the back. And then I've got these 2 additional foam inserts that I'll just place on top, just to give it a little bit of extra protection. And then we close it up. Also lock it with the 4 locks. And there we have it. One secure rifle ready for transport. And then we've got this hard shell aluminium case for the Desert Viper. It's got the 4 locks in front. It's got this nice soft sponge padding to keep the rifle safe during transit. Let's pack it in. Let's have a look. Alright, let's have a look how the rifle fits within the case. Firstly, I'll remove the bolt so we can insert that separately. And then I will always face the rifle to the bottom of the case where the hinge is located to ensure that the scope is facing to the top where the carry handle is. So when placing down the carrying case, there's minimal chance of the scope getting knocked at the bottom of the ground. Right, let's have a look. Put this all in nice and snug. Then I will drop in the bolt. And along with that, I will also put in the Gun Warrior suppressor to make sure that travels along. And with the case, I will also put in the 2 boxes of ammunition, usually one in the front, and I'll put one at the back. Let's close it up. Then we close up the 4 locks. And we have one secured rifle ready for transport and protected. Alright guys, that's what I pack for a South African hunt. If you feel like I've missed something, drop me a comment, like and subscribe, and follow along on this journey. See you guys next time.